Guardian? Eyes up, Guardian.
Welcome to my first video on the channel. Please bear with me as I'm still new to editing audio and video. The plan was Deadly Lampshade and myself would explore the world of Destiny 2. Unfortunately that video became unusable and this is our second attempt. We lost several hours of footage and even at that stage we were still none the wiser to a story, where we needed to go and what we needed to do. So we do complain a little bit about that here. I also had the added issue of voice meter not correctly working with shadowplay, and my audio tracks became mixed, hence the reason why it's taken me a while to get round to trying to edit this. I've been trying to fix this as much as I can with Audacity, but the following videos will have a similar issue. Anyway, here's a video of us both trying to play the single player tutorial.
This place is an old.
I learnt some more, but it still hasn't helped with
It's
a story.
now, and quite dangerous. But our only way
But I
forward
think
is through that wall.
November they should address this a little bit more.
I did have, I think it was a pop-up on the main screen saying something about, I
Let's keep moving.
think it was November or October or something.
They're all around us.
Yeah, well they're gonna cut some planets out and cut some story stuff out, which I think even some of the stuff that we're gonna be doing.
System, check. Frayed wires and rust, check.
Alright,
But it is kind of known this is an issue.
Not good.
I'm in game now.
There's a rifle.
I'm in game now.
Oh, so am I. I just picked up the gun.
Oh,
Brought you back for a reason, Guardian.
mine takes a little longer to load.
That means you're not afraid to take risks. So, keep moving and be ready for a fight.
Okay, done this before, I'll catch up.
But yeah, you just get thrown into so much so quickly that apparently there is a good story, but I'm oblivious to know what it is. Yeah.
Stay focused. If your tracker blinks, there's trouble nearby.
I think there's like a whole backstory that someone did on YouTube that's like 3-4 hours long.
Jesus.
I don't want to be that invested in it.
The Fallen are scavengers. Alien pirates picking at humanity's remains. Speaking of pirates, there's a loot cache. Let's take what's inside.
Just a disclaimer, I had just bought a new 1440p monitor and I'd never used this mouse before. I was still playing with the sensitivity so my shooting was all over the place to begin with.
I think the whole point is that the Guardians have got the power from the Traveller, but because you're introduced into it where the Traveller's already been destroyed and pieced back together again or whatever.
More Fallen. Hit them with everything you've got.
You're already on the back foot trying to think of what the story is.
Yeah. I think it doesn't really... It only rewards you if you've played the first game, because I have absolutely no idea what's going on. I assume that it ties in with the first game pretty well.
Well, that's what I would have thought that the legacy missions would have done. I mean, anything that's kind of legacy is old stuff, and you tend to use like legacy drivers if the current ones aren't working. So you tend to have like the benefit of it working, but not being up to standard. And
yeah,
I mean that's what you'd usually get with legacy. But anything in the legacy that we do, you're already being thrown about straight away. And a lot of people say if you're going to do this, do the legacy mission straight away.
Right.
As soon as you do that, you're already in a point of where it just doesn't make any sense. Because the Traveller's not there, because that's the first thing you see when you get to the tower, and then from that point on, it's not there.
Yeah.
But as soon as you go back, you then get like another story of it's already there. Then you see it get taken down, and it is just very complicated.
I'll locate a ship we can use to fly home.
That's the problem. Any story I think they actually have in this does actually progress.
At this part of the level you enter an area with other players doing different missions. If I recall correctly, one was for the Risk Runner exotic. On our first run through, both Deadly and myself joined the same server, so we did this bit together. Unfortunately, luck wasn't with us this time.
Yeah.
I mean, most other games that you play, you don't need to know what like previous betas or whatever
They
were.
came looking for a fight. Give them one.
Yeah.
To understand what you're actually doing.
Quite quickly catch you up on it, like right at the start, so you know what's going on generally. Right, so I'm just getting to the outside bit.
That's not you. You're not 7/8/66.
And you are not Logitech M590 multi-device.
Even though I'd done this mission a few times, I was completely confused. I remember picking up a rocket launcher from the bunker, but as it wasn't there I assumed it dropped from one of the enemies, most probably the boss. I also knew I was going to get a power weapon in the mission and thought it was that, so my brain was all over the place, but I do eventually find the Scorch Cannon.
Look at that. No. I don't know, I've done this mission so many times now, every time I do it, I either get the rocket launcher or don't get the rocket launcher. I don't know what you need to do to get it. I think I killed it off a guy, but they all just spawned here and there's no rocket launcher.
As for this bit, I have no defence. Why I decided to try and take on a spider tank with a shotgun from distance, I have no idea.
Fighting. I'm scanning for nearby ships.
As my key bindings were still set to default, except for the melee, I was finding it easier to stab anything I could. I was having so much fun I forgot that the tank had a massive cannon on it.
Oh, I don't know what the hell that was. Something got me. I think that's the rocket launcher.
I'd just seen more enemies had spawned on the roof of the bunker and thought it was another chance to get the rocket launcher.
What's going on?
When I saw the captain had a rather large weapon, I thought that was it.
Oh, no. Oh, no, that's my knife.
You're doing great. Focus on the fall.
Where's that guy? There he is. Ooh, take that. Did I get it? Did I get it? Where'd it go?
But alas, my dreams, my aspirations, my own little mission had come to an end.
His rocket launcher fell to the ground, but I lost it.
Oh.
But in theory, I think if you don't get it, that's where the postmaster should give it to you. But I've never got anything from him, I don't think.
No, I'm not sure. What you get from him.
Oh, I found it! I found it! Hi.
All right. A signal from an old jump ship. Let's track it down.
Oh, okay, well that's a slightly what? Don't I get it? Apparently I've got to keep hold of this. Okay, well I've got a rocket launcher of some description, but I don't think you get to keep it.
Guardian, we have to go.
And after all that effort, I decided to kill like what, 5 fall in close range? I barely made an impact on the tank, but like my ghost said, I had to go.
Time to move, Guardian.
Right, okay, I'm now going to go to the next area. I don't know what it is with this game as well. It's just like the shotguns are awful.
Said the person shooting from distance.
When we get to the city, you'll start to understand why I brought you back. The people,
You don't think?
promise of a brighter future,
Sorry?
and the
You don't think
Shotguns.
Wait till you
Yeah, there's something weird about them where when you fire, they go up. Like the reticle goes up, the shotgun recoil, and I really don't like it,
Let's take that ship.
which is annoying. I usually play shotguns.
It doesn't bother me that much. It's just the speed of them. And this one sounds like an M1 Garand. It doesn't. Oh my goodness. Right, okay, well, I'll go back to this again.
I know the best thing at this stage would have been to use the finisher move, but it took me a while to understand
there's
what
one.
abilities I had.
That's a nice one.
Let's take a look at your new ship.
And well, that's pretty much it. I'll edit out most of the cutscenes as they take up time and don't really add anything to the plot, so that's probably for the best.
Getting to see my ship now?
Yeah, me too.
Centuries. We're lucky the Fallen haven't completely picked it clean.
It's a shame we didn't get put in the same server, lobby, whatever.
Yeah, no, I think I just pushed out ever so slightly before you did.
Okay, it's not going to break orbit, but it just might get us to the city. Now, above that transmitter. Bringing you
If
in.
you stayed this long, thank you. Even while I was editing this, I felt like I was becoming quicker and more confident, which coincidentally mirrors how I improve while playing this. If anybody has any ideas that can help me with future edits, please leave me a message in the comments, as I welcome the help, and we'll be back with the next one. Thank you guys, and take care.